Anybody can draw. We all grew up drawing. At some point, we were talked out of it. Somebody just said, look, you're not very good at that. Don't explore it. Drawing is at the core of certain kinds of thinking, especially creative thinking. When you're actually trying to come up with new ideas, or you're just trying to think about a hard problem, you tend to grab a pencil and paper.
Some people have wondered why we would make our own pen. Being a 30-year-old software company, making our own piece of hardware, we'd all had been designing touch applications for about 3 years at the time, and we all realized that the finger wasn't quite good enough. It's good for many things, but it's not great for precise drawing. I believe that we make the best design software, the very best illustration software out there. So why not try to make the very best pen out there? It would be designed by designers for designers. Something you'd be proud to carry. It's got a gorgeous hydroformed aluminum twist. We knew that it had to be pressure sensitive. We knew that it had to have a fine point tip. It just had to give you realistic marks and results. Mighty has taken many forms over the last couple of years. The four-sided square twist, at the time we had the cap on there. Rounded squares, things that tapered, the three-sided triangle twist. The form had to grow a little bit as we learned a little bit more about what went into a pen. Little known, but the only gold version of Mighty. We're getting very close, going from a black tip down to a white tip, reverting back to the black tip. There's an example of the actual ship in Mighty right there. It charges now through the base. We actually had to build an application to test our hardware. This is Project Parallel. It's essentially a straight line sketching app. We have a very basic tool set with pressure sensitivity. I can go really dark and hard and kind of build that up. These markers are studied on real markers. They really build up and blend beautifully. With Mighty, I can draw free form, but this is Mighty's sidekick, if you will, Napoleon. When I put Napoleon down on screen, I get trace lines. Now suddenly I can draw with straight lines. But then when I click the button, I can actually switch shapes. This is a lot like replacing your entire toolkit in your drafting box. We took all of our learnings from the hardware version, we applied them directly into a digital version.
We learned so much about how to make our drawing software better by building these hardware tools. It felt like a virtuous cycle. Things just kept improving.
The thing I'm so excited about to see this thing get out into the world is that it's also a cloud-connected pen, meaning my favorite colors, my favorite graphics, my clippings, they carry with me in my pen. The pen will blink twice to let me know that it's been sent to the cloud. I can then come over to this other iPad and I can just hold the pen down to connect, and it paste from one iPad to the next. What Mighty has done for me, and this is pretty unexpected, was all of a sudden I was drawing more. And I've seen that virus, if you will, spread throughout Adobe XD.
We're at a really interesting time in the development of software. New form factor devices and new input methods are challenging the way we think about interaction. What we've created is hardware and software that we believe will enable anybody to draw.